Let's see. What was this one? Okay, this one's an RPG visual novel, choose your own adventure. It does not have psychological horror written on it, so let's do it. I don't need any more psychological right now. Okay, we're doing Cemetery Mary now. Oh, God help me. That one fucked me up, man. That fucked me up. Yikes. Okay, now we turn off the screen cap. Alright, let's start. Start? Okay. Warning, this game contains themes and depictions of the following: stalking, kidnapping, strong language, mild drugs, alcohol, and smoking, blood, murder, suicide, flashing images, and potentially loud noises. That's awesome right there. So yeah, seizure warning. This game has flashing in it. I'm so happy they put that there because I have way too many games that surprises me with the flashing. I have never been to a funeral that I didn't enjoy. What? Well, this is off to a good start. That is, until very recently. And I wasn't quite sure how to feel. It was a beautiful service, and one they certainly deserved. If only it had come later in their lifetime, and maybe it could have been prevented. If there wasn't a murder in my city. That's what everyone's been saying anyways. The Blackwood Butcher. Oh God. That's what they called them, at least. It was hard not to overhear the rumors people said about them. I heard they strike at night. I heard they only target one person at a time and don't stop until they're dead. I heard it's a ghost blindly seeking revenge. I didn't believe in any of that. At least, not at first. But my parents did. And because of that, they didn't like me going off to the cemetery alone. Staying until it closed. Walking home by myself in the dark. Even though it was only across the street, these rumors had made them afraid for my safety. Do you really believe they're real? I asked my father. I do, he answered. Are you really worried for me? My mother did not say anything, but that is to be expected. They thought I was a perfect target, but I still didn't believe in it. Still, they were worried about me. Whoops. Go ahead and save right there. So they sent me off to live with my aunt, uncle, and cousin. They didn't live far, at least not anymore. They moved from their fancy home in gorgeous Helen City to a small little cabin in the woods. Oh, that's safe. Cabins in the woods, those are safe. Ask any horror aficionado. Sorry, I keep hitting my right button on the mouse, and it pulls that up. I never understood why, but I never really asked about it either. My parents felt I would be safer with them. I didn't want to leave. But every day I stayed only seemed to stress them out more. So I went, to make them feel better. For the first few weeks, everything was fine. I barely left the house, barely went to town anymore, and when I did, I was always with someone, taking all precautions to avoid becoming a victim of the butcher. But I still thought it was only a rumor. Even if the number of deaths in our community increased, I never thought that I or someone I knew would be a victim. Then that thing happened. To those two. And for the first time, I was worried. Shortly after that, my own parents disappeared. They weren't in the diner, nor could I contact them. Even the authorities couldn't figure it out. No one had seen them. It was as if they had suddenly vanished. As if they were killed off. I don't like to think about that possibility. Actually, well, there was also that other thing that's happened. Maybe I should have told the authorities about it. Right? It's a very long introduction. Holy crap. Or anyone for that matter. But I was too afraid of what might happen if I did. Here we go. We're getting into a little more. An unknown number says your parents are safe. Oh, this art is adorable. Oh my god, she's got the little doll joints. That's cute. Ah, I knew I would fall asleep if I sat down. Is it raining outside? It wasn't supposed to rain today. Lights on outside. Is Kroven out there? I better go check. Oh, okay. I finished dinner, it's ready. It's spaghetti. I used your favorite sauce, too. Okay, I'll be inside in a second. Just let me put this out. All the food is cold. I know, I fell asleep after I made it, so I just wanted to take a seat in the living room, but it's fine. I'm not complaining. Other than that, we didn't say much and dinner was quiet. I cleaned up most of it, but Kroven helped a little bit. That's good. After that, he went to go sit in the living room. Once I finished cleaning the kitchen up, I joined him, like usual. Normally after dinner, when Kroven and I sit here together, we do something fun. We play a game on our phones together, or we get out a board game, or we play cards. Talk about our days if something exciting happened. But that's when Aunt and Uncle were still... Kroven's been in a pretty bad mood since. It's not as if I can blame him. I want to talk to him, but I don't really know if he's much in the mood to talk. Crow, do you want to talk about it? There's nothing to talk about. I've still got my old therapist's number, you know. Kroven? Ain't there a reason she was your old one? I know. But she was good at this kind of stuff. And I've been thinking that maybe... Shut up, Mary. Just shut up already. Can't I be bitter over it? Why are you trying so hard to rush me into therapy, huh? He has a point. Let him be bitter and angry for a while, but eventually he's gonna have to move on. That's when you offer him the number, not right now. Thought you knew about this shit better than anyone, but here you are. I'm not gonna stop being upset just because you miss me being all happy, smiley and shit. Can't you just stop trying to fucking talk to me about it? I'll get over it when I get over it. Maybe get your own life and then you'll stop worrying so much over mine. Wow, okay, yeah, he needs smacked. That's... Yikes. That's bad behavior. Sorry. I think I ended up making Kroven more agitated trying to talk to him. Oh well. Oh. I really want them both to be happy though. Holy crap. After a few more moments of awkward sitting, I went upstairs and headed to my bedroom. I didn't want to make Kroven angrier than I had already. I brushed my teeth and got changed into my pajamas. I stretched out on what you would consider my bed. The room I have in the cabin is nice. It's not like my room back in my actual home, but I've stayed here so long I've been able to decorate it a bit more to my liking. It's a pleasant room to stay in, even if it's not quite home. Of course, I don't normally sleep right away. I usually read a book or watch a movie on my laptop or lie awake thinking of every embarrassing thing that's happened in my life. That's truth. But as of recent, I picked up a different nighttime ritual. One that's nowhere near as pleasant. The text message I had received the days following my parents' disappearance. It was from a number I didn't recognize. Oh, I love her little nightie. That's so cute. This is just such a cute combo of creepy and cute. Your parents are safe, it had said. I know I should have done something smart. I should have told somebody. But instead, I texted the number back. And they responded to me. I've noticed that other than the first message, they usually don't reach out to me. It's me who keeps texting them, hoping to find out what's happening behind all this. Are you still awake? I am awake whenever you want to talk. Let's go ahead and do that. Are my parents still alright? Yes. I'm keeping a careful eye on them. How can I be so sure you even have them? What if you're just trying to prank me? Why would I do that? Because I'm hoping it's a prank. I'm sorry, it isn't a prank. I can promise that it's all real. How did you even get my number? Your parents gave it to me. Why would they do that? Because they care about you. You must be lying to me. My parents wouldn't do something like that. I'm sorry, you don't know your parents as well as you think you do. What does that mean? Seriously, you freak me out. I just want my parents back. Please don't drag this out. I just want them back home. You should get some rest. It's late, isn't it? I'll talk to you tomorrow. I don't like to text for too long. Until then, goodbye. Goodbye. They suggested that I get some rest. But how do they expect me to do that? I had never felt more restless in my life. Even asleep. I knew I wouldn't rest. When I woke up in the next morning, Coven had already left for the day. But that wasn't a surprise. He had been staying out late and leaving super early since the incident. I think being home bothers him. I'm not surprised. Whenever I pass the diner, I too feel like not being there. It's not the same without Mom and Dad, after all. Despite this cabin being out in the middle of the woods, it really isn't all that hard to get back to Blackwood. Outside of our cabin is a faint dirt trail. It gets a bit twisty at some parts, but isn't too confusing. It takes about 15 minutes to walk down, but maybe 10 if you're fast. At the end of the trail there's a fence, one with a slight gap in it, and past that fence there's a little community. It isn't big. A few trailers with a few people living all the way out here. Far from anything that's, well, anything. But there's a road here and a bus that comes through. It runs through Blackwood, so whenever we need to leave, we take this bus. And then, after the end of a short trip, you're in Blackwood. It's the city I grew up in, and I always really loved it. There's the library and the local stores, but my most favorite place to be is the Blackwood Cemetery. It's got lots of trees to read under and the prettiest headstones I've ever seen. There's a mausoleum too, though I've never been inside. Private mausoleum, you know? I don't know who it belongs to. Anyways, I always try to leave flowers when I visit, at least every so often. And I visit a lot. I like to think it helps them, you know? Not feel lonely. And then, after having spent my day in Blackwood, I come back home the same way I left. But I always make sure no one sees the way I come back home. Just in case, you know? Despite the recent events, I too leave the cabin more than ever now. Coven is rarely home, and I don't like being here alone. I know I'm just being paranoid, but I don't like the thought that maybe the butcher could find me out here all alone. Right? Her favorite place is the graveyard. That's why they call her Cemetery Mary, probably. Even if that's the whole reason I'm here in the first place. So I go out a lot now. I feel more comfortable surrounded by lots of people. Despite how things may seem, I always preferred to be around people anyways. That's one reason why I like to go to the cemetery so often. There's always people there, even if you can't see them. Okay! I love this art though, she's so cute. After I got out of bed, I made myself a small breakfast and got changed into my favorite outfit. Crobin's gone, and the bus I take out to town should be arriving any minute now. Where should I go today? How about the cemetery? I went to my favorite place, the cemetery. The cemetery is pretty much on the same block as my family's restaurant. Right next to it, in fact. All you have to do is cross the street. It's on the same side of the road. I think my parents chose this location because it's good for business. That's what Mom told me anyways. People are usually hungry after a funeral. Crying really takes a lot out of you after all. I was always glad to live there because I really love visiting the cemetery. I like to walk down the rows and see who's got flowers for that day. That's what I do most days. Sometimes I'll pick my own flowers just to leave on graves that look like they've been forgotten about. I'm actually quite known for the cemetery. Some people have even began to use a nickname for me, though I don't know how many of them even know what I look like. Cemetery Mary. When I arrived at the cemetery gates, however, I was surprised to see Crobin standing there with what looked like a new friend. Or a new girlfriend, maybe. Crobin? Mary? Did you follow me? Huh? No, I didn't. You know I always come here. Yeah, but that's usually not until later. Why are you here so early? I mean, it's not as if I had anything better to do. Well, do you have to be here right now? I'm kinda on a date. Oh, this is a date? I mean, it can be if you want it to be. I'll think about it. I've never seen such a great approach to that. Just, oh, this is a date? It can if you want it to be. I'll think about it. Rip this poor guy's heart out. God. How was I supposed to know you'd be here? I'm sorry, what? Don't try to turn this into another stupid fight, Mary. Hey, take it easy on her. She's my cousin, Vasilis. I can talk to her however I want. Maybe you should take a chill pill. Sorry, Mary, but can you please go? I really just don't have the energy for this right now. You are a dick. This guy's a dick. Yeah, okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I'll see you later. Later. See you some other life, Mary. I don't think he's getting laid today. I left Crobin alone. I didn't want to interrupt his little date or whatever. I especially didn't want to make him more mad at me. However, I wasn't going to let him stop me from going to the cemetery. I continued on past the gates and stepped inside. It seemed emptier than usual. Right? I agree, Matt. Wholeheartedly, I agree. It didn't look like any funerals were being held today. Would it be mean to me to wish there was? Yeah, it probably would be. Forget I said anything like that. It was a really awful thing to say. When nighttime rolled around, I headed back home. I slipped into my pajamas and headed to bed almost immediately. Of course, though, I couldn't sleep right away. I had someone I needed to talk to first. Good evening again. Good evening. May I ask you something? You always do. How did you know my name is Mary? I've always known. Huh? I've always known what your name is. Have we met before? If we did, you probably wouldn't remember. If? So we didn't meet. Take the if as a maybe. We may have met before. But would it make any difference if you didn't remember me? It would be as if we were meeting for the first time. That's weird. I'm uncomfortable. Any updates on my parents? They're fine. Will I ever see them again? Yes. Because I'm coming to get you too. Oh no! I just need more time. Good night, Mary. I'm not sure if that's good or not. I went to sleep feeling pretty shaken that night. I tried not to think about it. I'm surprised I was able to get any sleep at all. I'm surprised I didn't have any nightmares either. Uncle Cross? Yeah, Mary. Uncle Cross, can I ask you a question? Sure thing, kiddo. Shoot. How'd you lose your eye? Aw, Mary. That's not... It's fine. I don't mind. I lost my eye in war. You were in war, Uncle Cross? I was. I won't get into the specifics of it, but it was important to me that I protect my family in any way I could. Do you miss it? My eyeball? Yeah. You know something? Not as much as I thought I would. I think I would miss you a bunch a lot more. Oh, what the heck? That's so cute. After I got out of bed, I made myself a small breakfast and got changed into my favorite outfit. Croven's gone, and the bus I take into town should be arriving any minute now. Where should I go today? How about the cafe? I decided to go to the new cafe that opened up. Planet Dollars is a popular coffee chain, but we've never had one in this town. Well, until now, that is. I've always wanted to go to one just to try it, you know? Although, I don't actually like coffee. But still, I could at least see what they had, right? When I got to the cafe, it was already packed. I thought since it had already been around for a few weeks, some of the hype surrounding it would have died down. But I guess not, seeing as how noisy and crowded it was. Still, at least it was something different from usual. As I said, I'm not particularly fond of coffee. And since I had a light breakfast anyways, I decided to treat myself with a muffin. A chocolate muffin. Because sweet foods are the best. However, I found myself in a bit of a pinch when I tried to look for some place to sit down. It seemed as though everyone's seats were already taken, and I really didn't want to walk and eat at the same time. Luckily, though, I was able to find an empty seat. A girl around my age with the most spectacular eyebrows was diligently working on her laptop with an empty seat across from her. I figured she must be writing an essay for college or something. Coffee shops are popular with people in college, or so I hear. Seeing as this is the only seat left, I asked her, "Excuse me, may I sit here?" She didn't verbally answer me. Rather, she glanced over at me, rolled her eyes, and nodded to the empty chair. I tried to look apologetic as I sat. "Thank you." Stay quiet. She's busy. She's busy. Don't interrupt her. You have the most spectacular eyebrows? Hey. Huh? Thanks for being quiet while I work. I appreciate it. Oh, of course, no problem. What are you working on, if I may ask? So you're interested in what I'm doing here? Oh, yeah. I had to tell myself 3 times to be quiet. So, definitely. Well, yeah, I guess. You seem to be very focused, after all. As focused as I can be. What's your name? Me? I'm Mary. Twyla. Nice to meet you. Anyways, I'm working on a report. A report? Like, for school? No. Have you noticed something odd going on in town recently? Something odd? I'm not surprised if you haven't heard about it. It's like the police are trying to dull suspicions, or just arrest potential suspects so everyone can feel safe. Oh, are you talking about the killing rumors? The Blackwood Butcher, right? Don't say it so loud. But, yes. How did you know? Oh, well, I've been hearing the rumors for a while now. And actually, my aunt and uncle died pretty recently. They were, killed. Really? Uh-huh. That's actually pretty... How did they die? Oh, I don't know. No one really told me, but the circumstances were strange. Like, they didn't die naturally. There was definitely someone else involved. At least, that's what I've been told. Uh-huh. Interesting. You know, maybe you can help me with this report. And, some other stuff. Oh, I can? Yeah. If you're okay with that, of course. Oh, yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, having a killer around is bad, so if I can help, like, raise the awareness or something. I mean, like, yes! I'd love to help you. Thanks. This'll really put me ahead. I have to go, actually. I'm running late for something. Here, give me your phone number. I'm not entirely sure I'll need your help, but I'd rather have a way to contact you just in case. Oh, yeah, of course. Twyla and I exchanged phone numbers. After, she packed up her laptop and was picked up by a car outside. Come to think of it, I didn't actually see her drink any coffee or order any food. I guess maybe she vanished before I got there. I don't know why she would choose such a noisy place to work, though. It's the environment. The environment will do it. After spending my day looking in some nearby stores, I went home pretty tired. I ate leftovers for dinner and yawned more than once as I got changed into pajamas. I plopped myself onto my bed and pulled out my phone, ready to continue the nightly conversations. You're there, right? Of course I am. I don't know why I keep contacting you. I guess I'm just afraid if I don't, you'll disappear or something. It's unlikely. I know you won't tell me where my parents are, but can you at least tell me why you took them? No. Why not? I don't know who could be seeing these messages. Are you worried about being traced? Possibly. I may even change phones from time to time just to be careful, but you'll know it's me. I don't know if that should be comforting or not. I really don't see how this works. How am I supposed to trust you aren't someone dangerous if you don't give me any info to go off of? Especially when I haven't even heard from my parents. Goodbye, Mary. Sleep well. I felt sick that night as I tried to go to sleep. I tossed and turned so many times, and yet I was still too tired to get up and try doing something else. I don't remember when, but eventually I was able to fall asleep. I didn't sleep very well, though. I'm not going back out there. You saw how they were looking at me? Oh. I can't do it. I can't. I'm sorry. Maybe it's better if I don't anymore. Oh no, Mary! Alright, we made breakfast. The bus is arriving any minute. How about we go to the library today? I decided to go to the library. There's nothing quite like a good book. My favorite kind of books are mysteries. Not necessarily murder mysteries, but mysteries in general. Most of them are murder, though. In fact, I kind of prefer it when the mysteries don't involve anyone dying. Aw, you're so pleasant. There's a lot less tension there, you know? But maybe I'm just too soft. That's okay. It's okay to be soft. I also quite enjoy manga. Yes! She's one of my people! Especially the shoujo kind. Oh, never mind. I actually kind of prefer shonen. I feel almost embarrassed to like them, but I find that they're cute and nice. Okay, yeah, I can agree with that one. Cute is kind of pleasant. I guess Oron is a shoujo, huh? Okay, never mind. I kind of agree with her. And I like seeing characters fall in love. Yeah, a shoujo. Maybe that's what I'll try to find at the library today. I stepped into the library and began to make my way over to my favorite spot. A tucked away corner in the library right by a single window. Sometimes I'd spend an entire day in that corner just reading. I even managed to finish entire books without leaving the library. I looked forward to doing something like that again today, but when I got to my favorite spot, I noticed a man was already sitting there. I was surprised because usually this library was pretty empty. But this man, he's familiar. I've met him before. Oh, my apologies. Did I take your seat? Oh, it's you! Marianta, yes? Ah, that's right. I remember you from the funeral, right? Indeed. Do you remember my name? Reginald? That's right. It's a pleasure to see you here. I was hoping I'd run into you again one day. Oh? I hope that doesn't come off weird. You were just such a pleasant person to be around. You really brought life into that funeral. Oh, really? Thank you, I think. So what brings you to the library today? Oh, well, I didn't really have any plans, so I thought I'd just check out a book or something. Likewise. What kind of book were you interested in checking out? Be honest. I'm actually here to look for a shoujo manga. Her face is so cute. Oh no. A shoujo manga? What's that? Oh, it's like, do you know what a manga is? I have an idea, but I can't say I've ever read one myself. Well, it's like one of those, but it usually centers around the romance between the two main characters. And sometimes there's like friends or rivals. But I really like the comedy ones, because you get cute jokes mixed into the romance. But sometimes the drama ones are really cute too, and they can get really intense. And, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I'm not good at explaining things. No worries, I think you did a good job. A shoujo. Sounds interesting. Perhaps I'll check one out myself later? I'm trying to be more open to new things after all. Anyways, what are you here to read? Me? I'm reading Manslayer on the Disorient Locomotive. Oh, manslaughter, sorry. Oh. There's a book that has the name that is based off of, and I can't think of it at the moment. Oh? I've been meaning to read that one too. Do you want it then? What? Oh, no, that's okay. Please, take your time. Just, if you wouldn't mind, would you tell me when you're done with it? You know, so I can maybe read it after? I'm fine with that. Though I've already gotten pretty far in, and I don't think I'll be finished by today. You have a cell phone, yes? Would it be alright if I have your number? That way I can notify you as soon as I'm finished. And, well, I'd like to try and be friends too, if that's alright. Oh, really? I mean, yeah, of course. Yay, we made a friend! The killer is non-existent! Oh my god. Seriously? He faked his death, and yes, manga is life. Manga is great. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I can't say much about the shoujo thing. Because my first manga was Fruits Basket, which is a shoujo. My second manga was The Wallflower, which is also a shoujo. And then I got into Dragon Ball Z, things like that, and I went over to shonen. Yeah, shoujo is pretty much just romance novels. Because what it is shonen technically means boy, and shoujo means girl. So basically your girl manga are romance manga. Reginald and I exchanged phone numbers. I was shocked he even remembered me, but I'd consider meeting him again a pleasant surprise. Right? There are some good shoujo. Some of them are a little over the top, but then you get into some of them like, oh god. Princess Tutu was kind of cute. Fruits Basket will always be a comfort read for me. I read it whenever I want comfort. Wallflower is another comfort for me. What's another good one? What's a little more of a mainstream popular one? I can't think of any mainstream really, except for Fruits Basket. Most of your mainstream stuff ends up being shonen. And one I really appreciated. After our exchange, I picked out a shoujo book from one of the shelves and began to read in one of the other spots in the library. I ended up liking it so much I looked for the other books and brought 2 or 3 home with me to read later. Oh, Nisekoi! I think I heard about that one. I don't think I've read it, though. After I came home, had dinner, and cleaned the kitchen up, I began my usual nighttime routine. I got changed into pajamas, brushed my teeth, sat on my bed, and texted whoever they are. Hi, it's me again. Are you there? Yes. You're still not going to tell me anything, are you? No. Can I ask you something, even if you won't give me an honest answer anyways? Okay. Are you the Blackwood Butcher? Ooh. Would I tell you if I was? Are you afraid for their safety? Of course, why wouldn't I be? I see. See, which one was Nisekoi? I'll have to look at it and see. Should I be afraid for my own safety? Who am I to tell you what you should and shouldn't be afraid of? Your fears are your own to judge. You're way too vague. Why'd you even contact me to begin with? I thought you'd like to know about your parents. I'm only trying my best to keep you happy. Aww. Oh, wait! Nisekoi looks a little familiar. Why do I'm not sure if I've seen it or not. I might need to make Bella watch it with me. This looks like something Bella would probably watch with me. He's so nice. You think I'm happy? Maybe not now, but you will be. I have to go now. Goodbye. Goodbye. After another frustrating and unsettling night of text messages, I got under the covers and tried my best to sleep. It wasn't easy, and I had a lot of difficulty trying. I don't remember exactly when, but eventually I was able to sleep, even if not peacefully. Go ahead and save. that's the thing, though. I know people don't really like harem anime, but I always kind of find them hilarious. Oh. Huh. But, I always kind of find harem anime funny at times. Like, Negima. That's a really good harem anime because even though it's harem, it's not, like, horrible. Or, Monster Musume. That one's freaking hilarious. I laugh so hard at Monmusu every time I watch it. Although the manga is super good with it, though. Oh, now we get to see her dad. Dad? Yes, sweetheart. Oh, she's so cute as a little kid. Yes. Is something wrong? Mama told me that Uncle Ray died. Did she now? Are we going to go see him? No. You don't need to worry about that. I don't? But, listen, Mary. Normally, when someone passes, you hold a funeral for them, right? Yeah. The thing about funerals, though, is that they're for people who are worth remembering. Oh, God! Yeah! It is really ecchi, but the comedy makes up for it for me. I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there because it's much easier to explain the things I read and such if I tell you this. I'm on the ace spectrum. I am Demi. The only person I actually find attractive is Bella. So, reading like Monmusu and it being ecchi doesn't bother me as much as it would some people. And the comedy is what drives me to read it. Yeah, the manga is very ecchi. The comedy makes it great for me. Especially like the chapter where... Yeah, the comedy makes up for the ecchi for me. Because I'm not as interested in all that as the average person is. So... Yeah, if I say anything that's like, whoa, wait, that's pretty intense, or that's very ecchi, it's like, yep, I'm aware, but the comedy is what I go for. Oh. Monster girls are so cute, though. Like the centaur, I love how she gets so mad every time. And the poor guy in Monmusu's been beat up so many times just because he accidentally walks in on someone. It's just too funny for me. Okay, so apparently her other uncle's just not worth remembering. I woke up late the next morning. I must have been pretty tired after the last few days. I dragged myself out of bed and followed my normal morning routine. Got changed in my favorite outfit, had breakfast, etc. And of course, Krobin was once again nowhere to be seen. However, when I checked my phone that morning, I realized he had sent me a message. To my surprise, there were other messages there as well from my new friends. Who should I read first? Oh, look at her background. It's adorable. Let's check Krobin's first. Hey Mary, I'm sorry. I know I've been acting pretty nasty to you lately. I hope you know I don't mean it. Have you been to the Planet Dollars yet? I'll be heading there for lunch today, maybe at like 12:30. You should come and have lunch with me, my treat. And then I can like formally apologize or whatever. Aww. Yes! That's the chapter I was thinking of. The harpy with the egg. I was just like, wait, hold on. If I remember correctly, that chapter was a roller coaster for me. I was like, wait, what is happening right now? But it was wonderful. I laughed so hard. Oh god, the first time that harpy was, like, introduced, though, when the harpy was introduced, I was like, oh no, she's so dumb! Although, Sue, the slime. Oh my god, the slime! She's probably the scariest one of them all! You see, the comedy is just... The comedy makes up for it. It really does. Not that the ecchi is a bad thing. I'm not gonna say that either. I don't do kink shaming or anything here. There's no kink shaming. Just, I can't talk about this stuff much on stream, so. There's no shame. If you have an ecchi you like, just warn me that it's an ecchi. Or something like that. If you ever recommend something, just warn me. I'm not gonna shame you for enjoying it. Okay, what about Twyla? Mary, it's Twyla. If you're still interested in helping me, I'll be at the library around noon today. It should be quieter there. And there's some books I want to pick up for research purposes. Meet me there if you can, but if not, I'll just call you up another time. Reginald. Good morning, Miss Marianta. I hope you're doing well today. You had asked about that book the other day, right? Well, I actually finished it quicker than I expected to. I'd really love to give it to you, but I won't be at the library today. I'm actually going to be at the cemetery. You like that place, though, right? You should come see me, then I can pass the book over to you. I'll be there 1/4 or so. Then maybe after we can grab lunch or something together. I hope that doesn't come off weird. I'd just like some company for my lunch break. Call me back. I was messaged by each of them. However, I think I'll only have time to meet up with one of them today. Where should I go today, then? Hi, Mom! Welcome to the stream. I think I'll go to the cafe. Because, I'm very hardcore about making up with your siblings and making up with your cousins. And it kind of felt like Kroven is to her like my brother is to me, so making up with him is the most important thing right now. It was a tough choice, but I had to choose one of them. I told the others I had plans and that I'd have to meet with them another time. Then when noon rolled around, I headed to my destination. I spotted Kroven pretty quickly. Dressing the way we do, it wasn't that hard. I'd recognized those red and black striped sleeves from a mile away. When Kroven saw me, he gave me a hug. And it made me realize how long it had been since he last hugged me. His arms felt relaxed and he was wearing his classic smile. Aww. For a moment it looked as if he was back to his normal old self. We had lunch together and like he had promised, it was his treat. And then they What? And then they said, "Oh, Kroven, please don't dab." So you definitely dabbed. Of course I did. You know I had to do it to him. That's so you. Ah, I know, right? I thought about mentioning how happy I was that he was starting to feel alright, but I was worried that by bringing it up he might get upset again. Yeah, don't bring it up. Leave it alone. Mary, leave it alone. So I just kept the conversation going. There was no reason to bring it up anyways. So would you consider it a successful date? Oh yeah, totally. I mean, they looked ready to kill me by the end of it, but in the fun way, you know? Kinda like how my mom looks at Dad whenever he makes a bad pun. Exactly. Aw, I'm so happy for you. Do you think you'll take them out again? Maybe. Oh, his partner's gender neutral. Okay. Wow. Going on a date sounds fun. So this date that he was going on the other night worked just great. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm proud of him. Don't worry, Mars. Someone will take you out too one day. So anyways, do you like it here? The Planet Dollars, I mean. I always thought it was overhyped, but now that we have one, it actually ain't too shabby. Oh, actually, I've been here before. Oh, you have? When? Oh, I was here just the other day because I wanted to check it out. Funnily enough, we sat at this table too. Oh, you did? Wait! Who's we? Did you suddenly make friends behind my back? Huh? Oh. When I was here, the place was pretty packed, so the only empty seat was at this table. But some other girl was sitting here too, and I guess we're like kind of friends now? I mean, I just met her, but we're keeping in contact, so her name's Twyla. Twyla? Yeah. Is there a problem with that? Mary, listen to me. I'm saying this because I care about you. Stay away from Twyla. Huh? Why? You just can't talk to her, okay? I can't... Of all the people, you had to talk to her. She's the kind of girl who'd stab the devil in the ass with his own pitchfork. Well, there went his good attitude. His good temperament's gone. Seriously, you shouldn't be talking to her. Do you know her? Did something happen between you two? You've never mentioned her before, and... Mary, please. No, I know I'm coming off really bad right now. And you probably think I'm being a giant dick. But just don't talk to her. You just can't. If she's that bad, I'll watch my back. I already promised I'd help her with some stuff. But I trust your reasons for disliking her, even if I don't know what they are. I think it's a little late to back out of the arrangement, but I'll definitely take what you said to heart. I'll be careful. Good, you should be. Come on, let's go throw our trash out. Krobin was still salty over Twyla, even after I had attempted to drop the conversation. He said he wouldn't talk about it anymore, but I better not ever mention him to Twyla. Ever. We tried to spend the rest of the day together, but it was more than apparent he wasn't in a good mood anymore. At least by the time we started heading home, he had calmed down to a much more normal state. After getting home, he said he was going to smoke outside for a little bit, so I let him and headed up to bed. Okay, so we did still at least manage to make up with him. I'm happy about that one. Because I hate even being on bad terms with my brother when we get in arguments. It doesn't sit well with me. So it's nice that we managed to make up with him. And did what I do every night. Hi. Hello. Can we talk about that thing you said the other night? I haven't been able to stop thinking about it ever since you said it. What's bothering you? You said that you were coming for me. That you just needed more time. Are you really going to steal me too? It'll be alright. I promise. It's for the best. You're gonna make me feel sick all over again. What do you want me to tell you? Who you really are. Is that really what you want? You'll see me soon, but you shouldn't worry about it. It will happen when it happens. This is for the best, even if you can't see that right now. Even if you can't ever. When will this be over? Soon, hopefully. I just need more time. You'll hang on for me, won't you? Do I have a choice? Sweet dreams, Mary. They sound so friendly, but at the same time so menacing, and I don't like it. Besides, what are we gonna do about Krovin? Are we just gonna leave Krovin? I don't want to leave him behind. I didn't sleep at all that night. I really didn't. There were a few times I shut my eyes and tried to, but nothing could calm me down anymore at this point. My anxiety was through the roof. I just wanted Mom and Dad back. I wanted to know for certain that they were okay. It should have been me that was taken. Maybe it was supposed to be. The next morning, when I got up, Krovin was still home. He seemed to be acting pretty normal for once. At the very least, not agitated. But despite this, I didn't sit and have breakfast with him. I wasn't in the mood to really talk to anyone, not right now. Not after last night. It was too much. I just wanted some private time to myself. I just wanted to cool down. As I was about to leave, Crow called out to me. Not eating breakfast, Mars? I responded, I'm just gonna pick up something while I'm out. He responded with a simple okay, and after that I was out the door. I just wanted to go to that place and not be bothered. On the bus ride there, all three of them texted me again. Crowman said he noticed I left pretty quickly and hoped I wasn't upset with him for his behavior lately. Twyla talked about some of her progress on her research. And Reginald said he'd be at the cemetery again today. Although I appreciated their messages, I really just needed to be alone. I needed to go back there and just relax. No, that's not the right word. I wasn't going there to relax. I was going there to mourn. The Dine Red. It's where I grew up. I lived my whole life in this diner. Yeah, I understand wanting to mourn and such, but I really hope she realizes that she's got people who care about her and love her. And you gotta think about that. Restaurant? Bistro? I never knew the right word for places like this. We always had such silly names for it since it was next to the cemetery. The Restaurant in Peace, sometimes the Diner, even just simply Dine Dead. I always wondered if others caught on. You probably wouldn't know from just looking at it, but there's 2 floors. The bottom floor is the diner itself. I've eaten there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes all in the same day. The top floor is more like a house, our house. There's bedrooms and a bathroom and even a small living space with a TV. It can be a little cramped sometimes, but it's cozy. No one could get up there but me and my parents, of course. The upstairs is locked and you'd need a key, which I have, of course. After Mom and Dad went missing, the authorities locked this place up and it's been locked ever since. They don't want anyone going in there, not even me. Because I don't know, it's kind of like a crime scene or something. But I still have the key for the front too. It's my house after all. I carefully scanned the area around me as I stood in the parking lot. There were a few cars that passed by, maybe a person or two on the sidewalk, but no one really seemed to pay me any mind. It was still a bit early in the morning, so it wasn't surprising to see so few people out. I looked over my shoulders a few more times to make sure no one was watching me. Then I stepped up to the front door, unlocked it, and took a step inside, closing the doors carefully behind me. Oh. When I stepped inside, I was instantly hit with a wave of all different kinds of emotions. I had been avoiding the diner for a long time because whenever I passed it, I would just think of Mom and Dad and feel sad. But now, stepping inside, it felt nice. At least a little bit. Just being able to be in my own house after so long, it was bittersweet. On one hand, I felt so happy to just be home. Everything was just as I had left it. The light still entered in through the windows the same way it always did. It still smelled faintly of delicious food, even though the kitchen hasn't been used in a while. Even Mom's specials board was in the same spot. But it felt so empty. So desolate, so abandoned. There wasn't even any electricity here. This place was hardly ever empty. We always had customers, and the diner always did well. There was hardly a moment where I'd come downstairs and only see Mom or Dad. There was always people, even if just one person was here. The counter would be full of coffee drinkers at night and in the mornings. I'd see families come by for dinner or people out on dates to come here. I always loved being able to see that. There were so many good memories in this place. Like, that time we had a Halloween party. It was more like a trunk or treat kind of thing. We had a bunch of cars lined up in our parking lot giving out candy. And there were a few games to play. I remember Mom helping me put together a little Grim Reaper costume. It was a rare instance where I actually got along with other kids, and even was able to see them considering I was homeschooled. I remember Crobin being there too. He was dressed like a zombie, though his makeup got completely ruined when he tried to go bobbing for apples. Bobbing for apples. That's so gross. Who even came up with that? I don't think I could even imagine doing it today. But it seemed fun as a kid, I guess, even though I never did, so... I probably thought it was gross back then too, I guess. I remember Crobin got to sleep over afterwards too, and Mom and Dad kept the Halloween decorations up all day the next day. It's funny. I use some of those decorations in my room now. But I remember all the booths and tables and windows being absolutely covered in orange and black streamers. But now it was all covered in dust. And no one's here. Where should I go? Mom and Dad's room. I decided to walk up to my parents' room. I just missed them so much I couldn't bring myself not to. I stepped into my parents' room. The curtains were drawn open and warm light flooded into the room as the sun finally came out from behind the clouds today. I could still smell some of my mom's perfume lingering in the air. Everything was so neat, just as they had always kept things. You wouldn't even have guessed they were kidnapped. There were no signs of a struggle or even any sort of mess at all. The bed was made and all their stuff was exactly where it should be. The only thing different was a fine layer of dust from how long it had been. And the fact that my parents weren't here. I sat on my parents' bed. It always was softer than mine. I remember sleeping here as a little girl when I didn't feel quite big enough to sleep in my own bed just yet. Mom would help me build pillow forts here sometimes, and we would hang up a sign that said no boys allowed. It didn't take long for me to start crying. I missed my mom and dad. I never even got the chance to say goodbye to them. The last message I got from them, it was my mom telling me she hoped I would sleep well that night. And then the next day they were gone. Just like that. What do I do now? What if they never come back? What if I already saw them for the last time? I ended up falling asleep on my parents' bed. I was already exhausted from my lack of sleep, and crying certainly didn't help in that respect. When I woke up, I was unaware of how much time had passed. But I felt groggy and I didn't think I should stay any longer. It'd probably just make me feel worse. I got up from the bed and began to head back downstairs. It wasn't until I got to the bottom of the stairs that I noticed someone was here. Some stranger kneeling over in front of the doorway for whatever reason. I was almost frozen in my spot. Who were they? Why were they here? No one should have been able to get in. This place was locked up tight. Wait. This place was locked up. No, should have. That's right. I unlocked it. Crap. I stood there hoping they wouldn't see me. The way they were dressed with baggy dark clothes and their hood up told me they were most likely bad news. Did they follow me in here? I wasn't sure what to do. I thought about trying to escape out the back way, or sneakily heading back upstairs if need be, but as soon as I took a step back, I tripped slightly and let out a small yelp as I caught myself on one of the bar stools. The stranger immediately bolted outside. Wait! I wasn't even able to get a good look at them. For a split second, I considered trying to chase after them. And even if that wasn't a stupid idea, they ran much faster than I could keep up with anyways. Panicked and slightly shaking, I took out my phone. I was so nervous I pressed it to my ear without even having dialed anyone yet. But who would I call? The police? No, I can't do that. I was already in here when I wasn't supposed to be, and I don't want to put any kind of attention on myself. But I can't just call nobody. I have to tell someone about this. Who do I go to? Call Reginald, he's close by. Call Twilight, could have been the killer. Call mystery number, was that you? Call Kroven, he's family, he'll know what to do. Call Kroven. Because if we call mystery number, he may not even answer. I rushed to call Kroven. He was my family and the only person I could trust with something like this. Please pick up, Kroven. As I was beginning to fear Kroven forgot to charge his phone or something or other, he picked up. Yo. Kroven! Where are you right now? Are you busy? Can you come meet me? Whoa, hold up. What's with all the questions? Everything okay? I'm at the diner, and there was someone here. Some intruder. They just ran out, but please, can you come here? Cool down, Mary. Reel it back a bit. I'll come, okay? Don't panic. Okay, I'll try not to. It felt like an eternity passed before Kroven got here. I couldn't really read the expression on his face. He looked kind of concerned, but also kind of annoyed in a way too. Did I bother him somehow? Still, he calmed down pretty quickly. So we looked around the house together, trying to make sure whoever was here didn't leave anything behind. And they didn't. Except, well, when we investigated my room, I noticed one of my plushes disappeared. It was one of my favorites, and I always kept it right on the shelf next to my bed, so it couldn't have gotten lost so easily. Did they take it? That thought put my stomach in knots. To think they must have been in here while I was dozing off in the other room. Oh, God. After we searched every room, we headed back downstairs. Kroven gave me a kind of sad look. Are you really okay, Mars? I am now. Thanks for coming. Mars, are you sure you weren't just imagining things? It was probably just an animal that got in. I don't know. I know shit's been kind of rough lately. And I know I haven't been helping in that, so... Look, I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if... What? No! Kroven, I definitely saw a person here. I swear it. Well, in that case, maybe it was just a squatter. Kroven, I really don't think so. This place was locked before. They couldn't have gotten in until I unlocked it. What if they followed me here? You can't know that for sure, though, right? I guess not. Look, you caught me at a bad time. And I really can't do a lot to help right now anyways. Let's just get out of here and try to forget it, okay? Forget it? Is there anything we can really do at this point? You already called me just because you didn't want to phone the police, right? Look, I'm sorry someone got in. But what do you want me to do about it? I'm just one guy, Mars. I can't track him down for you. Let's just leave this place alone for now. I guess. We left and I locked the place back up, but something seemed off about Kroven today. Right? That's what I was wondering. But the thing is, I don't know if you'd called him if he would even answer the phone. Because he's taking great pains to make sure we have no idea who he is. He usually wasn't like this. Crowin was always so hot-headed and defensive, especially towards me lately. But now that I'm actually asking for his help, he just doesn't seem to care. I went home disappointed that night. I could barely eat or brush my teeth properly. I don't think Crowin doesn't just... Okie dokie, see you when you get back. I don't think it's Crowin not caring. I really don't. I almost went straight to bed, but no, I couldn't do that. I just couldn't, even if I wanted to. Hello, again. Good evening. Was that you in my diner today? What do you mean? Earlier today I was in my diner, or house, I guess. There was a stranger. I couldn't see their face, and they ran out as soon as they realized I was behind them. Was that you? No. I don't know why I bothered asking. I doubt you'd give me the truth either way. Sometimes lying will be necessary. But I am telling the truth now. If you say so. I'm not really sure what else to say. That's okay. I prefer when you don't ask questions. Why is that? You know what they say. Curiosity kills the cat. Good night, Mary. Wow. Okay. So much for getting a good night's sleep. Mary, are you still sleeping? Mary. No, I don't want to get up yet. Let me sleep. I had a long night last night. A long night? You went to bed at 8:30. I didn't sleep well. Well, your mother's making pancakes if you want any. Do they have chocolate chips? Of course, it's Sunday. Okay, I'll be down soon. Aww. I quickly got out of bed and got dressed, yawning as I descended down the stairs. Even from the top of the stairs, I could already smell the chocolate. If you don't hurry, I'm going to eat all of them. Dad! Oh, you know I'm just teasing you. Besides, your mom would kill me if I did. Aww, that's her family. They're so cute. I got downstairs and sat at the counter beside my dad. There was a plate waiting for me, and my mother was behind the counter drinking her morning coffee like usual. Thank you for breakfast, Mom. Of course, dear. So do you have any plans today? No, not really. Aw, is Crowin busy today? I don't know, probably. Well, we can always do something if you want. We can? Of course we can. Didn't you want to see that new movie? The horror one with the janitor? Why don't we go tonight? Are you sure? Aren't you busy? You know I'm never too busy for my little girl. That sounds really fun, but what about Mom? Are you really worrying about me? I'll be fine, sweetheart. Go out with your father. We can even call up Crow and see if he wants to come too. I've been really looking forward to this movie. I'm so excited now. This morning's been quite the pleasant surprise, but something feels off. Like I'm forgetting something. No, something is weird here. But what? What's wrong? It's way too empty in here. No, that's not it. It's Sunday. We don't open until past noon on Sundays because Mom likes us all to have a nice breakfast together. It's still morning, so what's wrong? The fact that your mom and dad are there? Mom's fine. Mom's always... Wait. Mom can't talk. Mom can't talk! You missed that part! What? Mom is mute. I didn't know that! How am I supposed to know that? Mom's never been able to talk her whole life. I had to learn sign language as a kid to be able to communicate with her. That would have been nice to know a little sooner. She's never... Whose voice even was that was talking to me? My mom doesn't have a voice. What's going on? Mary, you okay, hon? You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm fine. Are you sure, dear? I can make you some tea to help you calm down if you're feeling anxious. No, I'm okay. I think I'm just gonna, go to the bathroom. I hopped out of my seat and rushed my way over to the ground floor bathroom. That wasn't my mom. Was that even my dad? I was hoping that once in the bathroom I could rinse my face off and make sense of things. But... Mom? Mom, what are you doing here? Weren't you just outside? Mom? What? Oh, God! Nightmare Central, Jesus. What's the matter, Mary? I thought you liked ghosts. There's a funeral today. I'm happy. Is that bad? I had been planning for it. I overheard them talking about it in the cemetery when planning a spot for her. Is that bad? I really enjoy funerals. I always have, even when I like to see everyone gather around for their lost loved one. They're all so sad. They bring flowers and sometimes even little parting gifts. That's so nice, don't you think? If their spirits could talk, I bet they'd say they appreciate it. Would a ghost attend their own funeral? I would. Well, in any case. I'm excited for the one today, and I'm excited to see what they're like. Hopping off the bus that morning, I was glad to see I wasn't too late. It's a good thing I always wear black. No one even seemed to turn their head at me as I came near. It started to rain. They never said anything about rain today, but I thought it might when I saw the clouds out this morning. So I came prepared and brought my umbrella. It was then that I noticed a little old lady with no umbrella. And no one was even bothering to help keep her dry. So I covered her with my umbrella. Oh, it's an umbrella. You scared me for a second. Thank you, dear. Of course. Pardon me if this sounds rude, but were you one of her friends? No, I don't think so. Who died? Oh, well, it was my darling Minspella. She passed just last week. My condolences. Forgive me if this sounds rude, but what is your relationship to her? Me? Ah, yes. I'm Spella's mom. I never met you before, have I? That's okay, lots of people haven't. I'm very sorry for your loss. How are you feeling? Feeling? It's impossible for me to feel anything but heartbroken. I truly don't believe I'll ever recover from this. Now, don't say that. She wouldn't want you to think like that, right? Yes, I suppose you're right. She was young, wasn't she? Oh, yes. Much too young for this. Right as things were going her way, she was going to get married in a few months. None of us thought her condition was this bad. It's been cancelled, of course. But at least she's wearing the dress now. Oh, no! I'm sure she looks beautiful. Oh, she was always so beautiful. My darling angel was always too beautiful. She never even got to... Oh, look at me. I'm going to start crying all over again. I promised her I wouldn't. I'm sorry. Do you think she's scared? She's all alone now. Where is she going to go? And who will tell her how to get there? The way she is right now, is she happy? Even if she's not, I'm sure she's happy. After all, look how many people came to say goodbye. They all left her such nice gifts and pretty flowers. So she knows they're thinking of her. I think it'd be impossible not to feel happy, seeing how many people cared about you until the very end. Wherever her spirit may be, I'm sure she's happy. Especially knowing how many people came to wish her a warm send-off. You really think she's happy? I do. Well then, I'd like to believe it too. I'm sure she would want that as well. I'm sorry if I've upset you by talking about her so much, miss. It is a funeral after all. I should behave more respectfully. No, it's quite all right. Talking about it has actually helped a little bit. I feel a bit better hearing your thoughts. Is that so? I'm glad then. Yes, thank you. Why, I'm so sorry. I didn't even catch your name. It's all right. My name is Mary. Mary? Mary. Hold on a moment. Do you mean to say that you're Cemetery Mary? I see my reputation precedes me. Yes, that's me. I see. Thank you, Mary. If Spella was here, I'm sure she'd want to thank you too. She is here, but hearing it from you means enough already. Thank you as well. It was a lovely funeral. The coffin was lowered, and soon enough the rain stopped. I watched everyone say their goodbyes to her and to each other, and then steadily they left. Soon it was just me and the lady. I'd have felt bad if I overstayed my welcome. I didn't want to outlast her at her own daughter's funeral, so I quietly said my goodbyes and left. But, to my surprise, someone was there waiting for me on the sidewalk. Kroven? Hey, Mars. You good? Yeah, I'm good. What are you doing out here? I don't know. I remember you talking about some sort of funeral happening today. Figured I'd stop by and ask if you wanted to hang after. But I guess now is after, so wanna hang now? Oh, alright. What's that look for? Oh, nothing. It's nothing. It's just... well, I don't know. You've kind of been in a bad mood lately. It's kind of sudden that you want to hang out right now. Is there any reason for that? Nah, nothing special. It's not like I have other plans today or anything. No one's been responding my texts, so... Oh, I see. Are you good? Yeah, I'm good. So, we hanging? Or not? Oh, yeah. Just, you're not, you know, gonna get snappy with me, are you? Heh, no promises. Kroven! I'm kidding. I won't. Come on, let's go. I followed Kroven down the sidewalk as we headed somewhere. Suddenly, he wants to spend time with me again. Even though other times it's like he can't wait to get as far away from me as possible. Still, though, I would appreciate the time he wanted to spend with me when he did. Aww, they look so cute. Their family is just so adorable. We kept walking together. I kind of just let him lead and followed him wherever it was he was going. I didn't even think to ask until we had been walking a block or two already. Oh hey, where are we going exactly? Or are we just wandering? Huh? Oh, no. I figured we could go to the arcade together. Ever since I was there the other day, I've been itching to go back. And it's not like I can play the fighting games alone. I mean, I can, but it's not as fun. The arcade? I felt so excited. I couldn't remember the last time I went to the arcade. Or any arcade, for that matter. Aww. I wondered if it still looked the same as it does in my head. I wonder if they still had the crane machine. Well, those questions will be answered shortly enough. Aww, the automatic doors in front of the familiar brick building began to open up. Aren't they just adorable, though? They're so cute. The bright light from the outside leaked into the dark interior of the building. The arcade! Oh, it was just how I remembered it. except cleaner and with a new carpet, and I was taller now. Oh goodness, I haven't been to the arcade in so long. Really? My friends and I are here all the time. Honestly, it's kind of a wonder we haven't been kicked out by now. Don't tell anyone, but I cheated at skee-ball last time I was here. Maybe we can do that today and rack in some tickets. Then we can finally get that lava lamp from the prize booth. But only if they still have it in the blue color. This is so exciting! What should we play first? I don't know, why don't we look around and see? Krobin and I sought out a game to play. We tried to look for ones we could play together since we were both here. It was a bit of a challenge finding one that was free, though. I guess everyone else had the same idea we did to come here today. Say, last time you were here, that's when you met that person, right? Basilis, I think? Yeah, what about them? Well, how are they? You haven't talked about them since Planet Dollars. I noticed Krobin's face go a little red. Oh, are you still seeing them? None of your business, Krobin said as he avoided eye contact with me. Although it was a bit snappy, I could tell he didn't mean it maliciously. Eventually, a fighting game opened up, just like he was hoping for. So we made our way over to begin playing. I'm not all that good at fighting games, or video games in general, but I have fun playing them regardless. As we selected our characters, Krobin said he wouldn't go easy on me, so I had to make sure I gave it my all. Alright, here we go, you ready? His looks so badass and hers is just so cute and fluffy bunny. I think so, maybe? Well, you better be. What should I do? Kick, punch, kick, block, kick. Not bad. But I'm better. Block, kick, jump, kick, punch. Are you sure you haven't been in here in a while? Yeah? I don't know. I feel like you're lying to make me let my guard down. Charge, punch, kick, kick, block. I won! Whoa, I actually won this time? Not bad. Now you're sure you don't come here on your own sometimes? Never, I swear. I'm just messing with you, Mars. Nice job. Aww. Krobin and I played a few more games after that. Some more fighting ones, 1 or 2 racing ones, all the kind of games you could play with 2 players. Those kinds of games don't really give out tickets though, so it looked as if we wouldn't be getting that lava lamp today. Playing all these games is really fun, but I could see how it was starting to tire Krobin out. We were about to leave when I spotted it. I tugged on Krobin's sleeve, to which he turned and looked at it. He groaned. Really? The crane machine? You know they're just scams for your money, right? The toys in there are so cheap anyways, and don't you have enough? Alright, fine, I'll try it. Just keep in mind that I'm rusty, okay? Krobin and I walked up to the crane machine. He reached into his pockets for his wallet as I pressed my face to the glass in excitement. If there's one problem I definitely have, aside from all the others, it's that I love plushes too much. I always collect them, even though they usually just sit all pretty in my room. There's just something about how soft and comforting they are. Back when we were kids, Krobin and I would come to this arcade whenever he was in town. I always tried to win things from the crane machine, but I could never do it. Dad would always try too, but he was like me and could never quite get it right. But Krobin just seemed to have a gift when it came to this stuff. It wasn't all the time, but more often than not, he was able to win things. And he always gave them to me. Most of the time, anyways. Alright, here we go. I heard him say as the claw lowered into the pit of toys and stuffed animals. I couldn't quite see what it was grasping, but it got something. When it raised itself up, it was a box. One of the mystery boxes holding a mystery prize inside. I had never seen Krobin win one of those before. I don't think I've ever seen anyone win one of these before. The box slid down into the prize chute and I took it out. I dug into the tightly sealed tape with my fingernails and grabbed the flaps of the cardboard as I took out the prize. It was A book! Despite having just come out of the machine, the book itself seemed a little old and worn. The cover read, How to Talk to Ghosts. See, Mary, I told you all these machines are scams. Who wants to win a book? What do you mean? It's perfect, I love it. Thank you for letting me have it. Huh? Shh, it's nothing. I mean, as long as you're happy with it, I guess it's fine. Crowbin and I left the arcade after that, but I had quite the pep in my step, I'm sure, as I was so happy with my new prize, and to be spending time with him again. It was actually a bit late in the day by the time we got out, so we grabbed something quick to bring back home for dinner. It was nice to be riding the bus back with Crowbin this time. It made the ride and the walk back to the cabin feel much less lonely, and much less scary. After retiring to our rooms that night, I put the books on a bedside table to remember to read it later. I got all ready for bed, then pulled my phone out, knowing I wouldn't be able to rest until this was taken care of. Hey, are you still there? Hello? I'm here. What can I help you with? I mean, I think you already know the answer to that. Right. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do for you in that regard. Are they still alright at least? They are. Yet, I never hear from them. Why is that? It's safer that way. I promise you. Why'd you even message me in the first place? I thought it would help you feel better. But if you truly want me to stop, I can do that. No, don't. Then I won't stop replying to you. But for now, I'll have to. Good night, Mary. I woke up the next morning pretty early. Earlier than usual, but I didn't feel tired. In fact, I actually felt pretty good. Yesterday was just a bit better of a day than usual. And I'm glad it happened. I tried to be quiet as I walked past Crowbin's door that morning. I saw that he left it open a crack, so I peeked inside. He was sleeping still, drooling on his pillow, an arm hanging over the side. He looked absolutely silly. But it was nice to see him getting some rest for once, instead of racing to get out of the house before dawn. Seeing as he was still home, I thought it might be nice if I made breakfast for the two of us. I went downstairs and into the kitchen and started preparing some stuff with what we had. A while later, I heard Crowbin coming down the stairs from the thumps of his steps, but he still alerted me by asking, Hey, are you cooking something down there? Come into the kitchen. I just finished making pancakes. What kind? What other kind? Chocolate chip. Duh. Ah, you're right. It was foolish of me to ask. Crowbin took his usual chair in the kitchen as I sat out plates for us. Do you want milk or water? Milk, of course. What kind of stupid asshole do you take me for? Crowbin seemed preoccupied with his phone, but I was in too nice of a mood to care about that. I gave us both milk glasses and put some chocolate syrup on the table, just in case. 'Cause, you know, you can never have too much. Crowbin, are you doing anything today? Why? I just had a lot of fun yesterday, I don't know. I thought maybe we could do something again today. If you wanted to. Oh, you want to? I hadn't really been planning on it. Oh, I mean, it's okay if you're busy and all. Well, I mean... there's some things I have to take care of first. But will you be free later tonight? Huh? I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't really hang out with anyone besides you anyways. Alright, 'cause the gang and I were thinking of heading to this club tonight. The gang? You know, me and my buds. Oh, I've heard you talk about them, but I've never met them before. See? Perfect then. You can come to the club with us, meet them, and we can let loose over a few drinks. It's all good. I don't drink, but I didn't terribly mind going to a club with Crowbin. I'd never really been to a club before, and even though I'm sure I'm not really the kind of crowd they expect to see there, I was always curious to see what one was like. So I looked forward to it. I tried to keep myself busy throughout the day. I cleaned the cabin a bit, as it had been getting a bit out of shape, and tried to start a grocery list since I was sure we'd have to go on a run soon. Despite how I thought I might feel, I was excited, actually. I had never met these friends of Krobin, but I know that he's known them for a while. At least since he's been living closer to Blackwood, but maybe even earlier. There's been times where Krobin would rush out of the house during dinner just to go meet them. At least I always assumed it was them. He's always hanging out with them as far as I know. Despite how much time he seems to spend with them, I've never met them, or have even seen what they look like before. I always hear good things about them from him, though. So at the very least, I trust that they're nice people. I hope they like me. I kept up with Krobin throughout the day. I had to ride the bus into town without him this time, but that was okay. The hard part was following his directions. This club seemed like an awful lot of work to get to, but I was eventually able to find it after I realized it was sunken into the sidewalk. There was a staircase leading down to the entryway, and I heard Krobin yell. "Ah, there she is!" as I cascaded down them and finally met the people I'd heard so much about. Oh, his crew, they're all adorable. What the heck? Here she is. Gal of the hour. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to, was all I could mutter out. They appeared more rough than I was expecting. I mean, I knew that was the kind of look and crowd Krobin liked to hang around, but maybe I wasn't as ready to meet them as I thought. Alright, check them out. Fellas, this is Mary. Mary, these are the fellas. My dude over there is Theodore. My other gal over there is Zapara. Yo. Oh, she's kinda cute, Krobin. In a scary kind of way. Yeah. Creepy cute, as they say. I like her eyes. They're just screaming like, "Hey, looky, I've got a demon inside me." I like her horns, too. Really sells the look. Krobin's friends, I wasn't sure how to feel about their compliments, or how they were looking at me. It felt as if they were eyeing me down, and they stood off mostly to Krobin's other side. I wish they'd stop looking at me like that. I wasn't really sure what to say. Alright. What are we waiting for, then? Let's get in there. I peered around Krobin and his pals. There was a bouncer in front of the door. He seemed like a giant compared to us. I could also see that he was kind of glaring at us. I whispered over to Krobin, Is that guy going to let us in? Huh? Oh no, definitely not. It's cool though. I'm gonna be a distraction. Then you guys will run in, and I'll find my own way in. Huh? We've done this plenty of times before, so don't worry about it. I promise it's gonna be okay. If you say so. I mean, you seem to know your way around this better than I do. That a girl. It's easy. You don't even have to do anything, except go with the flow. I watched as Krobin walked right up to the bouncer and promptly kicked his... Oh dear. Krobin then zipped right past us, the bouncer charging down his path, missing the rest of us by a hair. Before I could even call out to him, I felt a tug on my arm as Theodore and Zapara pulled me to the door. Come on, dumbass! That's our opening! I was brought inside without any more protest. I forgot how loud clubs are supposed to be. I mean, I'd never been in one before, and I had expected them to be loud, of course. I didn't like the way the music felt as it pumped through my ears. It made my bones shake. It was pretty dark, but there were also plenty of colorful strobing lights about. There was a large dance floor and a DJ booth and a bar off to the side, and plenty of people were up and dancing. We'd only been in here a few minutes, but I could already feel how humid the atmosphere was. And there was no doubt it would only start feeling more apparent as the night went on. I looked around us. Krobin wasn't anywhere, and I was stuck here with his friends. They were talking to each other, but I couldn't hear any of what they were saying over the booming music. They seemed to hear each other just fine, though. Eventually they started walking somewhere. I trailed close behind them, not wanting to lose them in the crowd of people. They sat down at a table, and I awkwardly squeezed in next to them. To my surprise, Theodore took out a cigarette and a lighter. I wasn't sure if he was allowed to smoke in here, but I felt too intimidated to question it. Especially to someone I didn't know. I was also starting to worry about Kroven. He still wasn't here yet. I considered taking out my phone and calling him just to be safe, but before I knew it, he was heading to our table. He even had a drink in hand. I was astonished as he sat down next to us as if nothing happened. Jeez, can you believe these assholes? Oh, I can believe it. Especially when it comes to you. Hey, shut up! I don't understand why it's always gotta be like this. I'm giving them money after all. Shouldn't that be enough for him? How'd you get back in here anyways? Nah, don't worry about it, Mars. I got it all under control. He says that. I say it 'cause it's true, you fucking dick. So what are we talking about over here? Nothing. We were just waiting for you to show up. Ah, waiting on little old me? That's so sweet. So sweet I could puke. Oh, again? Shut the fuck up, dickwad. Oh god. Anyone could see how close they were with just a quick glance at them right now. They seemed to make him happy, happier than I'd seen him in a while. I liked seeing Kroven interacting with them and seeing how well they got along. But that just made me feel like even more of an outsider sitting amongst them all. So, Mary, was it? Theodore took a long drag of a cigarette and then blew it right in my face. Hate people like that. I tried to keep a polite demeanor as he did so. What do you do? Huh? I'm sorry, I don't understand. It's an easy question, ain't it? What do you do? What do I do? What's your job, sweetheart? Oh, I used to be a waitress, but it only lasted a little while. I'm, not the best when it comes to people, I guess. Luckily, I've been able to stay with Kroven while I try to sort things out. He's been very generous letting me stay. Ooh, Kroven's letting you have it easy, huh? You mooch off of him, then. You're playing things smart if you are. What's he bought for you, huh? Huh? If it's a jacuzzi, can I try it? Hey, knock it off. Oh no, it's not like that. Unless it is. Does Kroven think I'm mooching off of him? You would say that, huh? I'm not following. Don't worry about it, Zap's just a fucking idiot. Yeah, says you. Point proven. Anyways, so Mary, where'd you get those eyes, huh? Oh, my parents gave them to me? Welcome back, Matt. Ah, jeez, must have been a disappointing present. If my mama gave me eyes like a dead fish, I'd have been bawling. Dead fish? What? I hope they kept the receipt. She's just joshing you. Don't take it too seriously. Yeah, I'm just having a bit of fun. You're a dick. I think Mary is too nice of a name for her, though. Nice? Nice like soft. It's too soft. Like a pansy. If she's gonna be hanging with us, she needs a cool name. Should we call her Mars too, then? Buzz off. Only I'm allowed to call her that. Oh, I know! We can call her Scary Mary. I think her eyes are pretty, too. Exactly. Maybe she has pretty eyes, too? Maybe. I don't know. Her eyes have always kind of looked like pinpricks when I've seen them. See? That's her eye. So, I don't know. We can call her Scary Mary. Scary Mary? Well, hold on now. It's pretty fitting, I think. You think I'm scary? Oh, definitely. Like, I'm scared when I go to sleep tonight. You'll be standing at the foot of my mattress. And you'll say something like, oh, only a week remains. Yeah, I think Mary has pretty eyes, though. From what we can see. I mean, I guess I can kind of see that. You can? She ever do that to you, Kroven? Nah. Nah, I'm just joking. Mary's too soft. She's like a marshmallow. Well, you know what we do with marshmallows, right? I felt weird. Everything just felt like too much. Like there wasn't enough room for everything that was happening. The lights, the music, the people, Kroven's friends. It was all a bit too much for me. I need to... Excuse me, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Oh, that's it! She's like Bloody Mary, sneaking into the bathroom to take her next victim through the mirror. Be easy on him, won't you? The lights in the bathrooms ain't that good, and you'll scare the shit out of someone looking like that. Oh. I got up from the table and squirmed my way throughout the crowd looking for the ladies' room. I had begun to regret coming here. Even if it weren't for the way his friends were talking, I wasn't a fan of this atmosphere. It was all so loud and so bright. I never liked this kind of stuff. Why did I come again? I went into the bathroom, and only there did I realize how sweaty I was. It felt gross. I went over to one of the sinks and rinsed my hands and face with some cold water. Kroven never told me his friends were like that. When he used to describe them to me, they always seemed so much nicer through his words. Although, should I have expected any different? I always knew these were the kind of people Kroven liked to hang out with. I don't know why. Kroven's such a nice person. Sorry about that, had to take a phone call. Kroven's such a nice person, even if he hasn't been the nicest lately. Still, Kroven being moody, it'll pass. He'll start feeling better eventually, and he'll go back to treating me like how he did before, right? But these people, I had just met them, and yet the way they talked to me, Kroven didn't even seem to mind it that much. Maybe I was the problem then? I probably shouldn't have taken things so seriously. Before I could have my thoughts to myself much longer, though, someone opened up one of the stalls behind me. I hadn't even noticed someone was here. It's a good thing I wasn't thinking out loud. She approached the sink to wash her hands, and I realized it was... Twyla? Oh, hey! Didn't expect to see you here. Doesn't really seem like your type of event. No offense. I could say the same about you. What are you doing here? I come here a lot, actually. Really? I wouldn't have expected that from you. Well, it's not a lot. I just meet up with some friends here every once in a while. It's where they like to be. How about you? Kroven wouldn't like it if he found out I was talking to Twyla right now. I don't know how Twyla feels about him, so it might not be the best time to bring him up to her. Oh, I was just invited by a friend. I had never been to one of these places, so I thought it could be nice. But it's really loud out there. And my friend brought some of his other friends, and they're what? I don't know. Obnoxious, maybe? I don't know. That feels mean to say, but they feel kind of mean to me. Mean how? I don't know, like comparing me to Bloody Mary and stuff. Gross. That sucks. That's why I'm in here, actually. I don't really think I want to go back out again. I can do you a favor if you'd like. Oh? My friends and I, we actually sit in the VIP area. It's a lot more chill over there, for lack of a better word. Wait, you're actually inviting me? We haven't even known each other that long. And VIP rooms are expensive too, aren't they? It's fine. We're going to be working together, right? So we should help each other. Besides, I have a feeling you're not really going to come back to this place after tonight. So I don't think anyone will be bothered by you just being here one time. What should I do? Twyla's offer does sound very appealing, but Krogan invited me here. Can I really just leave him alone? I know he's with friends, but still. What if he starts wondering about me? And if he finds out that I was hanging around Twyla, he might get upset with me again. Our relationship was starting to get better. I don't want him to get mad at me again. What should I do? Girl, Mary, you need to consider yourself once in a while. Krogan cannot stay mad at you forever. Especially with the way his friends were treating you and you not being able to take it that way. If you can't take it, you can't take it. It's not fair to make you sit through it and put up with it. That sounds really nice, thank you. You're welcome. I left the bathroom with Twyla. It almost seemed as if there were more people now than when I had entered. I suppose it was completely possible, but it made me feel claustrophobic as I exited the muffled comfort of the bathroom. Twyla snapped me out of it, though. She gestured for me to follow her, and so I did. We squeezed past people until we made it to a pair of big double doors. There was a tall man standing before these doors, too. And there was even a red velvet rope like the kind you see in movies. I'd never thought I'd see one in real life. How expensive was this room? Upon seeing Twyla, the man reached over to unhook the rope and open the door, allowing us entry. I followed Twyla inside. As the door closed behind us, I instantly felt more at ease. Twyla was right. It was a lot more chill in here. For starters, it was much more well lit. No flashing lights, just pretty chandeliers that radiated a warm, sophisticated aura. The music in here was also a lot calmer. Didn't quite make my ears ring like the music outside did. I could still feel the muffled thumps of the outside music, but it didn't bother me nearly as much now. They had their own music playing. It wasn't completely my style, but still. Plenty preferable as to what was out there. I continued to follow Twyla as she walked over to one of the tables. There were a few tables in here, some more crowded than others, but there was still a fairly small amount of people in here. The table Twyla approached already had someone sitting at it, but she appeared to know Twyla as we made our way over and sat down beside her. Twy, you're back. You even made a new friend while you were outside. That's so neat. You've got, like, the magic touch, Twy. Ignore her, Mary. She's a bit drunk. Oh my gosh, I am not. I'm just, like, so happy to be making even more friends. When I was a kid, my parents were worried I wouldn't make any friends. They should have just taken me to the clubs. It's so easy to make friends here. Right. Anyways, Mary, can I offer you anything? Drinks are on me, so... Oh, drinks are always on Twy. So, like, order whatever you want and run or dry. We also have other things besides drinks, if you prefer. Oh? Oh, thank you, but no thank you. I'm good. Besides, someone has to make sure everyone gets home safe tonight. Smart girl. Don't start any mess. It's a bit too late for some people at this table. Ooh, are you talking about me? She's so silly. Anyways, have you any updates on our little situation we're taking care of? Oh, is it alright to talk about that around... Oh, yes, it's fine. Trust me, she's not going to remember any of it. What? Not true. I've got, like, elephant memory. Oh, yeah? Twyla pointed at me from across the table. What's her name, then? I said it a few times already. Hint? Right. Twyla turned back to face me. As we were saying, anything on your end? Gotta stretch my knee. Well, no, I'm sorry. I haven't had a lot of time to look into it more. And I haven't really... It's fine. I don't have much either. We just started, so I'm not going to hold it against you that harshly. We should start buckling down on it, though. But I think it's okay if we take a break tonight. Yeah. So tell me about the friend you came with. Oh? Why? I'm just trying to make conversation, that's all. And like we said, this isn't really your thing. I find it odd someone like you is friends with someone who generally seems to enjoy this place. Oh, well, I knew him my whole life pretty much, so there's that. Ah, one of those type of friends. Alrighty, have a good night, Matt. Take care. Don't get me wrong, he's like one of my closest friends. But I guess our personalities just headed in different directions as we got older. You know, we've been at this for about 3 hours, so go ahead and save. And we will go ahead and call it as well. Because all this talking is making my throat hurt. Thank you to everyone who joined. It was absolutely wonderful to see people hanging out in the chat. And thanks for sitting with me through the insanity of today. We tried a couple of different good free games. I'll have to remember to list those out in the Discord. We also went through Trauma. That I don't even remember the game now. But yeah, thank you to everyone who came to hang out. If you liked what you saw and haven't followed yet, please feel free to follow. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, we also have a YouTube you can always pop over to.